Yo, what is good, YouTube? It's your boy RCAtheGreat back with another video. Hope you guys are having a great evening. This is the second video of the day. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel. We are on the road to 6K subs. This video is going to be based around the big men in the game that you should be looking to add to your team to help out on defense in both the pick and roll, pick and fade situation, but also interior defense. So all the cards in this list are listed at a center first. That's the caveat. They have to be listed as a center to make my list. And these are cards that are going to be able to play good defense on both the perimeter to help with that pick and roll, pick and fade situation. I know you guys are seeing that a lot against your online opponents, but also give you some great defense on the interior side of the ball. So let's jump right into the video. With number 5 on our list, we're actually going to have 2 different players at the same spot in this number 5 position. Let's get into it. So coming in at number 5, I put both Bam Adebayo and Bill Russell in the same position. And the reason why I did this is because Bam is attainable from the auction house, and Bill Russell, you actually have to evo and lock in a set. Not many people like to lock in sets. Plus, Bill Russell is a little bit more outdated and Bam's a little bit better on offense. Before we get into why, I want to let you guys know that I want to show you guys these players because a lot of people struggle in the pick and roll and pick and fade defense, and they're getting beat by 3's over and over and over because they're not able to rotate fast enough, right? They're playing people like Taco Fall, Yao Ming, and they don't ever have anybody on the bench that can do the things that these type of players do. I preach that you have to have at least one of these cards that I'm going to name in this list on your team to be able to compete at a higher level against people that run pick and fade and pick and roll style offense. So let's jump right into these players. So Bam Adebayo and Bill Russell are both at 6'10". That's why I put them together because they're kind of similar players. We're not going to look most at offense, but Bam is a little bit better than Bill on offense because he can hit that range extender 3. But what we're going to be looking at is the block, steal, perimeter defense, and interior defense. They both have very high stats in this area, so they're able to get inside, outside, steal the ball from the ball handler, block shots inside, defend the perimeter, and defend the interior. And you need that with your defensive player that's going to be defending a pick and roll situation. If you want to run switch all, if you want to hard hedge, you need these stats here. Another stat you're going to need is speed, acceleration, and lateral quickness. Both of these guys have high speed at the high 80s and high acceleration at the high 80s. Bill Russell is way stronger than Bam, so Bam is going to have a little bit tougher chance, defending the inside game against like Shaq and Taco Fall and things like that. But he does have the speed to compensate and get around those screens in hard hedge. They both have great lateral quickness at the high 80s, which is why they were dropped lower to that 5 spot, because people in the higher levels are going to be a little bit quicker than that. Pass perception in the high 90s for both. Good help defense, good defensive consistency, and they both have great Hall of Fame badges and the defensive ends. The one that you really want to look at is that post-move lockdown. You definitely want them to have Hall of Fame clamps if they can come with that. Now, Bill Russell only has gold clamps, and Bam Adebayo has Hall of Fame clamps. So Bam is going to be a little bit better on the exterior, perimeter defense, and Bill's going to be better interior defense. Keep that in mind. These guys are both solid pickups for your team. If you have either one of them, make sure you have them in your lineup. But let's move on to number 4 on our list. All right, coming in at number 4, we have Dino Raja. He is a center / power forward, and this guy is an absolute beast. Still to this day, even though we're a little bit later in the game, when he dropped, he kind of changed the game at this center position, and mostly because of his player model. His player model is insane. His arms are so long. He runs so fast. He just has that long wingspan. He kind of reminds me of Giannis, how he moves around the court and provides that speed and strength on the court for your team. You don't want to pass the ball in his area because he's going to steal it. You don't want to shoot in his area because he's going to get a contest on it. He is definitely a great card to add to your team, and he does not go for very much in the auction house. He is pretty cheap if you wanted to add him. He's standing at 6'11", but his wingspan is incredible. He has great offense. We don't have to worry about offense though. We're looking at that block at 95, 80 steal, 80 perimeter defense, and 88 interior defense. Now, they're a little bit lower than Bam and Bill Russell, right? So why is he higher? You have to play with this card to understand how insane he is. His arm length makes up 100% for that interior defensive perimeter defense being lower. He blocks shots, he gets steals, he's always in the passing lanes. He is literally one of the best defensive cards you can have that's similar to Giannis in this game that can play the center position. He has a 97 offensive rebound, 96 defensive rebound. His speed is only a 92. I put it up to 93, but he has a 92 speed and 92 acceleration with an 88 strength. Super strong, super fast, and he has an 85 lateral quickness. Now again, they're not high 90s in a lot of these things, but I want you guys to use this card and you will understand how fast he moves around the court and how deadly he is on the defensive end. Moving over to his badges, he has 33 Hall of Fame badges, and a lot of them are on the defensive end. He can rebound, he has Intimidator, Moving Truck, Pogo Stick, Post Move, Lockdown, Tireless Defender, Worm, Back Down Punisher, although that's on offense too, Deep Hooks. He also has a lot of good goal badges like Heart Crusher, Rebound Chaser, Defensive Leader, Clamps, Chase Down Artist, etc. Now, if he had everything on Hall of Fame with those defensive badges, he might be one of the top 2 in this game. But since a lot of those were on gold, he dropped down to number 4, but he is still one of the best defensive cards you can use in this game that you can place at center. Remind you, this is not the best defensive cards in the game. This is just the best defensive centers in the game. Now looking at some of his offense, if you need some offense on the offensive end, he can shoot pretty well. He has a nice release, so he is going to be able to provide you some offensive spark as well. And he has an 86 ball handle, so he can isolate some of the other centers in the game. But let's move to number 3 on our list and keep it going. All right, at number 3 on the list, I have Shaquille O'Neal, the glitch version. He is a center / power forward, 7'1", 325 pounds, 99 offense, 99 defense. And going down to his defensive stats, he has a 99 block, 85 steal, 85 perimeter defense, and 99 interior defense. Shaq is incredibly deadly on the perimeter and interior defensive end of the ball. He has a 98 offensive rebound, 99 defensive rebound, 94 speed. His shoe put him up to a 97, but he has a 94 speed and a 94 acceleration. This dude is all over the court. 98 vertical, 99 strength, and an 88 lateral quickness. You cannot go wrong if you have this card on either the offensive or defensive end of the floor. He dropped down to number 3, honestly, due to his price. The guy is almost $1 million MT to get him, so not everyone can get this card. Plus, his player model is a little bit different than the guys that are going to be at the 1 and 2 spot in this list. He has tons of defensive badges that are going to help him out. Let's not even talk about that Ranger Snither that we already covered. But he has Hall of Fame Rim Protector, Chase Down Outer Spots, Hall of Fame Clamps, Defensive Leader, Heart Crusher, Interceptor, Intimidator, Moving Truck. This guy has everything that you need to be able to lock down your opponent. Make sure you guys are, learning how to hedge screens, learning how to switch off and get into the passing lanes. You're going to need a center that can do these types of things and move on the court. Don't just rely on the Yao Mings and the Taco Falls that are huge and get you points inside, but they're too slow to defend on the wing. I'll be doing a budget version of this as well. If you guys want to see a budget version, let me know. But we're getting ready to move on to number 2 and number 1 in this list. All right, guys, at number 2, we have the player of the month for April, Wilt Chamberlain, center, power forward. This dude is a beast defensively and does some good work on offense as well. He is 7'1", 275 pounds. And let's just go right to his defensive stats. The offensive stuff does matter, but we're thinking about defense right now. Like I said, he has a 98 block, 80 steal, 84 perimeter defense, and 98 interior defense, with that 99 rebound on both ends. What makes him very special here is that 94 speed and 94 acceleration. He moves up and down the court like a small forward, kind of like Giannis. His player model is crazy built. The way he moves on the court is just unlike any other center in the game. He also has a 98 strength, so he's not going to get pushed around at all down low, and his lateral quickness is 88. He has a 95 pass perception. His help defense IQ is up. His defensive consistency, everything about this card defensively is what you want to see in a card that you're going to be using to defend pick and rolls, to stop drives, and to stop things inside. Looking at his badges, he has tons of badges, but some of the badges that matter most are on the defensive end, like that Hall of Fame rim protector, Hall of Fame chase down artist, box for his rebounds, Hall of Fame clamps, Hall of Fame defensive leader, heart crusher, interceptor, intimidator, moving truck. Literally every defensive badge you need on Hall of Fame, he has it, and he's going to be able to do everything on the court for you on the defensive end. So that is Wilt Chamberlain. Like I said, if you're able to get this guy and go 12-0, he will be a great addition to your team. You should always have somebody on the court that can defend the pick and roll, that can get back on defense quickly, and that can do work for you on the defensive end and not always worry about that range extender type of center. So Wilt Chamberlain is coming in at number 2. Let's move to our number 1 spot, and let's see who it is. All right, at number 1, we got the captain, Kareem AbdulJabbar, Luol Cinder. He is a beast. I put him above Wilt Chamberlain strictly due to player model, but also because of what he can do on the offensive end. So he edged out Wilt Chamberlain by just a little bit based on those 2 factors. Let's look at the stats on this guy. He is 7'2", so he's an inch taller than Wilt. At 225 pounds, he is going to be very lean on the court. When you see his player model, you'll definitely understand what I'm saying. He has an 82 three-point shot, which puts him a little bit above Wilt on the offensive end. But he has a 99 block, 91 steal, 88 perimeter defense, 98 interior defense, 98 for both rebound, 92 speed that can be boosted with a coaching shoe, 92 acceleration, 95 vertical, 98 strength, and an 88 lateral quickness. So this guy is moving on the defensive end. His pass perception, help defense, and everything else is up there through the roof as well. Going over to his badges on the defensive end, just like the other guys, he is a defensive guru. Hall of Fame rim protector, chase down artist, box, Hall of Fame clamps for a center this tall and this fast is amazing. Hall of Fame defensive leader, heart crusher, Hall of Fame intimidator, moving truck, rebound chaser, pogo stick, post move lockdown, tireless defender, trapper worm. This guy has it all. I always say when people ask me what center they should get for their team, if they have enough MT, they should be getting Kareem AbdulJabbar. Or if you can't go 12-0, you should be getting Kareem AbdulJabbar. To me, he is the best center in the game that is obtainable fairly easy. Now, I will say there are 2 centers on this that I did not mention that I do want to talk about. I want to talk about the collector level that I'm never going to reach, so I didn't have the opportunity to put this. Plus, he's a power forward slash center. He's not a center slash power forward. Anthony Davis. You can run him at center because he's literally amazing. If you have this card, he's going to be able to do what every one of those centers that I just named does, and probably better than they do it. Besides Kareem, because Kareem has that sky hook that separates him from a lot of different players. Plus, he's 7'2", and his player model is insane. Then the other card that I have is obtainable through challenge. I actually don't have him. That Hakeem Olajuwon that you get from finishing all of the spotlight sims from the historics. If you get that Hakeem Olajuwon, he is faster than Kareem. He shoots better than Kareem. His defense is better than Kareem's. He's just not as tall and does not have the sky hook. So Hakeem would have been high on this list as well. But that concludes the list of my top 5 defensive centers in the game. Being able to move on that pick and roll, defend inside, sprint up and down the court, get back on defense. You need one of these players on your team to be able to compete in my team. You're going to have somebody that can move up and down the court. Now, there are budget versions of these cards. If you want a budget version of these, let me know in the comments. But until next time, this has been an RCA the Great video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, road to 6K subs. I'll catch you on the next video.